Hey, what's going on, Sly Fox? I have not been on a live stream in Christ. I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a long time. Just thought I'd see if I remember how to do it. Hey, John Cooper, how's it going, man? Sly Fox overtime? I'm not sure what that means. Are you working overtime right now? Because that is like unheard of in this day and age. Hey, Sin, what's going on? Hey, no problem, man. That's what it's all about. Ah, you are at work. Well, you know what? Take it, because overtime's a pretty rare commodity these days. I know you guys can't hear it right now, but I got Jeremy Hambley going off in the. I'm watching his live stream right now too, but I know you guys can't hear it. He's pretty funny. He's a pretty funny guy. If you guys haven't checked out the quartering, you should check him out. He's pretty good. So I thought I'd just jump on live here and see if anybody has any questions. Air conditioning went out. No, man. No, my air conditioning in my house is working fine, but like it's 38 degrees Celsius outside. It is so hot, and I don't have AC at my shop at work. So today was actually the worst that it has been. It was 42 degrees in my shop today, Celsius. I think that's got to be about 105, 106 somewhere in there. Lee Wong, hey, greetings from Argentina. Hey, man. Here I'm talking about the heat, and I imagine it's a lot hotter in Argentina, hey? I gotta turn Jeremy down. He's confusing me. Listening to somebody else talk while I'm trying to talk just isn't working. So yeah, like I was saying, I thought I would just come on live here and, see if you guys had any questions or, whatever, something that I could help you with live, or I'm not really sure how I can make this work. Hey, thanks, John. I appreciate that. John says, love your work and you help a lot. Much love on the vids. Thanks, man. Yeah, I know it might sometimes seem like I know what I'm doing. I mean, as far as Rust goes, I know that like the back of my hand, but creating content, doing the whole YouTube thing, I'm still what you would say fairly new at it. Render distance server side. Well, render distance is always client side, so I don't know if you can put a bottleneck on that server side. Also, I don't know why you would ever want to. Oh, unless you're looking at increasing it. Oh, I think I might know what you're talking about. You mean like when you fly up to, let's say you fly up to a really large base at a fairly high clip and the base doesn't render right away? Is that what you're talking about? Big bases. Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. That was a performance fix that they implemented actually quite a while ago now. Probably, well, it was definitely in 2020 when they did that. And like I said, it is client side, and I don't know. I'm just gonna say add fog, but never mind. Yeah, you can add fog manually. But yeah, anyways, that's not really something that can be controlled server side, unfortunately. And if there was a way, you would kill your server's performance for sure. Vietnam kid, hey, really appreciate what you do. There's that many people on the internet like you, but every time I launch my server, it says could not download level. Um, is it a custom map by any chance? Sly Fox, great, thanks. I can tell everyone SRT said so. Don Salva Sibley, probably spelling his name wrong. YouTube videos, walk through some tutorials. DayZ found your videos and is equivalent to his videos. I love it. Keep it up. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, on the Google thing, I've noticed probably over the last 6-8 months that I've definitely taken over the Google keyword search. It's definitely me that comes up before everybody else, which honestly, that's what I've been working for. I'm hoping that, you know, anybody that goes to Google to ask any questions about setting up a server for any questions whatsoever, I'm just hoping that my name comes up first. Tis too. Hi. Hayes Plays, g'day mate, how are you, man? Love all your content, keep it up. I'm doing fantastic, other than the fact that it's way too effing hot outside. But other than that, life is great. I hope you're doing well. When you start a sentence with g'day mate, I'm going to assume that you're from down under, which is, if you are from Australia, that is, you should know that that is my favorite country in the world. Aside from my own, I guess I should say. But I've always wanted to go to Australia. I'm doing fantastic, Tiz. How you doing? Is there any way that bots are better? Is there any way... Let me read this. Is there any way that bots are better or that they fire like normal people and not distant? So I think what you're talking about is making the scientists more accurate. So that they act more like real players. Yes, there are ways of doing that. It's not easy though. Essentially, what you'd have to do is use a plugin like I forget what it's called. I think it's actually called Bot Spawns, and it's available from Steen Audio. CodeFling is where it actually is. And then it gives you the ability to build those different scientists with different accuracies, different damage points and stuff like that. So the short answer to your question is no, you can't mess with those scientists. The long answer is yes, you can individually create scientists to replicate them that have better accuracy, better damage and stuff like that. Hey Jay, what's up, man? Let me set up my server. It's so easy with your help. Oh, that's good. That's what it's all about. Hayes, that's why I do what I'm doing. I struggled to set up servers for quite a few years before I actually started getting good at it. And then, of course, over time, people start coming to me to ask questions on how to set up their servers. I thought, you know what, piss on this. I'm going to stop repeating myself and start putting it all in video catalog. Venice, hello SRT, you help me lots with my server. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Doxa Josh, you got blocked. Let's see what you had to say. Yeah, I'm gonna put that out. Doxa Josh, shit, I haven't watched your video in about 4 years. It's been about 4 years since the last time I went live on any platform. So yeah, I literally was sitting here watching another live stream and I just got inspired to go live. So without any planning or advanced thought about it, I just said, screw it. I'm going to flip the switch and go live for a little bit. Increasing helicopters that roam around and attack you if you have armor and weaponry. Lots of, you probably already, okay. Got a question for you about increasing I assume you're talking about attack helis. And yes, you can increase how many of them are on your map at any given time. And yes, I have done a video on this plugin. I can show you that in just a second here. Yeah, so basically, if you're using the regular default triggers for attacking players, no changes need to be made there. But yeah, you can definitely increase how many attack helis you have on your map. that is what did I call that? Oh, see, I'm going to change the name of this here real quick. Because the reason why you can't find it is because I didn't title it right. So let me save that right quick. Let me copy that and I'll put it in chat for you. Let's see, that was John that asked that. Okay, so John, here, I just put a video in the chat there for you. That goes over exactly what you're asking about and gives you the ability to control how many attack helis, how many cargo ships, how many CH-47s. You can control everything with that plugin. Port forwarding has always been so confusing. Thank you so much for all the info. So I'm assuming that my video on port forwarding actually helped you. I delayed that video for about 2 years because, well, like I said in the video, it's so hard to give a one size fits all response that is going to work for everybody because there's so many different configurations out there. Okay, so you were Doxa Josh. You were watching me when I was actually streaming Rust. That was when I was playing the Twitch versus YouTube game. Need some help if you know anything about it. I ran a server because I couldn't leave mine up 24/7 and I can't get it public, can't find it on the list. Okay, so there's some weird things going on there, Hayes. There's a lot of factors that you need to take into consideration when you're paying for a hosted server. First and foremost is how far away are you physically from your server location? That is a huge one because Rust now only populates, I think it's, Jesus, I don't remember. It will only populate servers that it can ping for 90 seconds, I believe is how that goes. So if your server is outside of that 90-second ping radius, it won't show up on your list. Which is also why I created that video for the workaround that works for most people, because there's a lot of people out there that have to host their servers in different countries, and then they find that they never show up on the list. I can show you that video here. You've probably seen this one on the thing, but your exact issue is the reason why I did this video right here that I've just now put in chat. Is it profitable to have a 5x in the well-established United States? That's a really hard question. The general landscape of servers right now, I'm gonna have to say no. Unless you're gonna spend a lot of time really making your server stand out from the rest. The market, the server market right now is so flooded because of what happened in January. And we're only just now on the downside of that market flood that happened. So there's a lot of dead servers out there, and a lot of them are actually finally expiring and going away. So the server population is starting to level out a little bit, where, you know, empty servers will now stand a chance to maybe get some population going on there. I mean, obviously there's no guarantees there, but right now, no. Now is not the time to be starting a 5x server. What it does, can't find the path specified. Can't find the path for specified servers. Specified mean for Rust servers. I'm gonna get you to hit me up on Discord with that one. You can DM me on Discord. My DMs are open. We should probably work on that privately because I'm gonna need to know some information about where you are and where your server is, and we'll see if we can't get that sorted out for you. So DM me on Discord, discord.srtbull.com. Checking on the ping, that's not really what I'm concerned about so much. I mean, yeah, that does play a bit of a role, but it's literally the physical distance. Ping is 129. I live in Tasmania, and closest server I can rent is Sydney. Oh, so you're really far away. Okay. That is going to be your problem. Check out that video that I just posted for you, just a couple of chat messages back. That's going to help you so that you can at least populate it in your favorites directory. That does suck. Yeah, it's unfortunately it's just the way it is for now. I will allow that message. Feta King spent 1 week of configuring the server 10 hours a day, and the fucking DDoS ruins everything for me. I am live right now. Hi, it's okay. How you feeling?
I'm tired.
Hmm.
I'm hungry.
Hmm.
I'm gonna order some food. Do you want some food?
Sure. What are you thinking? Okay.
What do you want?
I don't care. Whatever you get. Okay, there we go. So, okay. Feta King. First of all, why are you getting DDoSed? That's going to be my first question. And are you sure you're actually being DDoSed? Because it's honestly... Well, first of all, what's the population of your server? Let's start with that. Through Steam faves. Yeah, so that'll work too. And you can add it to your... that's exactly what it is. Adding it through your Steam favorites. Why NPCs can't use bow or crossbow? Well, they can, first of all, but you have to create those NPCs for yourself, whether you're using human NPC or bot spawn or whatever. But defaults like the scientists and stuff like that, you can't make them use anything than what they come with. I think we're only just now able to actually define what they have on them for loot. Maybe. Feta King, I'm waiting to hear back from you. I want to know what the population is on your server. Do you know what Andy Solom's kids plugin? I think I've had people ask me about that. I've had people ask me about that server, and I think it's a custom build. Let's have a look here. Oops. I'm going to pull up that server because I actually do want to see it. I use bot spawn with kits. Okay, so you're on the right track. You just can't change the default scientists. Do you have any Aussies in your Discord that you know of? I do. I do have I know of one for sure. I'm not gonna dox him or anything like that, but oops, I just realized I was live in a Discord chat. I didn't mean to be. He's not real active lately because he actually shut down his Discords or his Rust server and to concentrate 100% on Arc. I can't for the life of me remember his name. What? I was actually just talking to him the other night. Let's see if I can find it like that. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I have him. He's still in the Discord, and yes, he is from Australia. Okay. Servers hosted in Brazil. There's a lot of competition in the Rust world in terms of servers. Yes. The hosts here can't do anything. So yesterday I moved to Miami, Florida. Okay. So, okay, my next question is, what company did you go with and what kind of DDoS protection do they provide? Or what kind of DDoS protection do they claim they provide? Since there are fewer attacks and the anti-DDoS are stronger, yes, I'm sure the DDoS attacks, bots against the administrator of other servers higher. That is pretty good. I do know about the competition. Like I was saying earlier, the market is flooded right now for Rust servers, which is really unfortunate for new server owners. It will stabilize and it will hopefully go back to the way hopefully it will go back to the way that it was before. Crowswick, I honestly didn't know you streamed on YouTube. I haven't streamed on YouTube in quite some time. This is literally it's been well over 2 years since I've been live on anything. Can you tell me the furnace splitter which command I have to do who I want? Everyone can use it on the server. Thanks in advance. Okay, so Osman, that's actually really simple. All you have to do is grant the furnace splitter.use permission to the group called defaults. Then everyone will be able to use it. Is there any plugins to have a message announcer to randomly have messages pop up? Example, reminding players that wipe schedule is weekly. Yes, there are a lot of those. MJSU has a really great one called Messages Panel. There is, well, here, actually, I can just show you some. Come on. I haven't forgotten to go look up that server. I'm going to look it up here in a second, because I do want to see what kit's plugin it is, and I should be able to tell pretty quickly if it's custom or not, or if it's a rebuild of somebody else's. Oh, see, I don't even know where any of my buttons are. This is hilarious. So you can use stuff like this. You can use scheduled messages, welcome messages works. Those aren't the ones that I'm looking for though. Advert messages. That's the one that I would suggest that you do. You can put it up on a timer. You can have like literally as many messages as you want, and then like whatever the timer is set at. So like maybe every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes or whatever, it'll just grab one of those messages and put that out there for you. Resists, owner for Scraplands. Welcome. I have not played Scraplands. Let's see what Scraplands looks like. See if it'll actually populate on my... Again, going back to what we were talking about earlier, depending on how far away you are from where the server is hosted, it may not populate even for me. May I post my server IP for people to join it if they like? You can definitely post it in my Discord, but you will not be able to post it in the chat, I don't think. If you'd like to try, if it blocks you, it blocks you. But it could, YouTube might block it. Do you mod any other games aside from Rust? I don't mod any other games. No, that's not true. I mod like Satisfactory and stuff like that. GTX Gaming. Oh, yeah. See, like they have kick-ass DDoS protection. That is a little bit surprising that that should be plenty of DDoS mitigation. I'm surprised you're still having issues. I'm hosting Rust server. I learned everything for you. Thank you so much. Well, let me tell you what, Shika. I appreciate that very much, and congratulations on your server, and I'm happy that I was able to teach you something. Oxide.grant group default. Yeah, so you're going to do o.grant group default, and then furnace splitter.use, I think, if my memory serves me correctly. Congrats on going live on YouTube. Definitely been a very big help on Rust server creating. I applaud you, my good sir. Well, thank you very much. I definitely appreciate that. Happy to help. Sorry. Wolf from Quebec. Hey, a fellow Canuckian. Love your videos. It helped me a lot to set my server correctly. Fantastic. I'm happy to hear that. Happy to help. What is the sun tat on your arm? This guy right here was inspired by a concert that I went to. It was actually a Metallica concert that I went to, and it was the opening band that inspired me to get it. And it's really sad that I can't think of the band name because it's a very popular band. Oh my, I'm embarrassed right now that I can't think of the band name. Anyways, it's inspired by their album cover. It doesn't look anything like their album cover, but it was inspired by it. Timed execute can also be used for scheduling messages. Yes, absolutely. That does work. We are an Australian solo trio server community. I'm looking for, oh, it did populate. Yeah, look at that. It did populate. So we've got 2 in Australia. It looks like they're both owned by the same peoples. You've got one that has, what's the difference between the 2? Oh, I see. You've got solo, duo, trio, but you also have just solo. Okay, that's cool. Hey, and that population looks good, man. Congratulations. Hayes Plays, yes, absolutely. You're more than welcome to promote your server. I have a dedicated channel just for promoting other servers. Do you know of a plugin for no fuel for furnaces? There's one on UMod, but it gives me a warning about hook about to. Don't worry, when it says hooks are about to expire, don't worry about that. So if you found one, it as long as it's working, don't worry about that warning. You're gonna see that warning about a lot of different things. And it always says that it's going to be tomorrow. Strife Guy, I finally get to say thank you for all your tutorial videos on how to start and manage Rust servers and mods. You were a huge help. I couldn't have done it without your help. Well, to be honest with you, I couldn't have done this YouTube channel without your help. So I thank you. Just about to watch your connect Discord to my Rust server. Okay, yeah. Saw you're online. Thanks for all the info. Love your content. Thank you, Phil Castle. Absolutely, man. Thanks for watching. I'm happy to help. Oh, you're right. I was looking up Andy Solom. I don't think that's the name of his server, though. I think it's... Doesn't he actually have it named something and that's the guy, or... Oh. Is he still live? Oh, he is, too. Yep. Okay, does anybody know... Oh, Beast Gaming. Okay, let's look at Beast Gaming. Beast Gaming. Let's see what comes up there. No wood. Yeah. No, for sure. No, I know what you meant by fuel. That was for Rob Hogan. Osman. Thank you so much. I don't know where and how I really want this plugin. If I can see it, I should be able to give you a pretty good idea of where to get it. Unless, like I said, unless it's 100% custom built by them, which is very possible, because chances are pretty good you'll never get it from them. Godsmack! That's exactly who it was. Oh, you're my hero right now. You are my hero. I was feeling so stupid that I had a tattoo that I couldn't remember where I got inspired from. Oh my. Ryan Contois. I hope that's how you say your name. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Yes, it was Godsmack. Monkeys, yes. You inspired me. Actually, between you and Jeremy Hambley, I was inspired to flip the switch and just go on live and just start chatting and seeing what came out of it. Because I really liked your idea. So Monkeys is actually the one that inspired me to go live. I'm going to start doing a live stream. I don't know what my schedule is going to look like because I have to maintain some consistency because that's the only thing that works in my brain. Oh, Rob Hogan said Godsmack too. Sorry, Rob, I missed that. Yes, you're both right. It was Godsmack. One is so yeah, I got that. Yep. I just want to say thank you for helping with your sir. First wipe hit 9 people on at once. Fantastic. That is great growth right out of the gate. Wipe is tomorrow. Wipe is tomorrow for everybody. So not many. Yeah, no, exactly. Like kind of the couple of days leading up to, especially up to a forced wipe, your population will always drop off. With wipe coming tomorrow, what's your process for picking maps? The past few wipe seeds we had wanted and saved prior to forced wipe were not the same when added to the server after. So chances are pretty good that you fell victim to the conversion of non-HDRP to after HDRP, because HDRP basically took all of the seeds that currently existed and converted them into HDRP format, which would have changed your maps. When you're looking for maps, you definitely want to be using rustmaps.com, not the other one that I've recommended in the past. Rustmaps.com is way more accurate as far as visualization, I should say, or placement. That makes more sense. I made my own plugin, but I don't understand Lang API. Okay, well, me neither. But there are people in my Discord that would definitely be able to help you out with that. So if you're not in my Discord yet, make sure you get there soon. And there's a developer group in there. Not that you're going to be in the developer group, but you would at least be able to message them and see if you get anywhere with it. And remember, when you're dealing with developers, that they're sometimes they can be a little bit hard to talk to, put it that way. John Cooper, much love, that video helped. Like how you said, one last question. Thank you. One last question. Oh, one last question. Would you say the must-haves view mod for the players to make them happy? I do get that question a lot, and unfortunately, there's not a real simple answer for that. I mean, yes, there are some basics that you're going to find on every single server that you go into, which is also the problem with it, is you're going to find it on every server that you go into. So things like stack modifiers, gather rates, furnace splitter, stuff like that. I mean, there's definitely ones you're going to see on every server, but then you really want to spend some time making sure that you get those plugins that set your server apart from everyone else's, so that when they do come to your server, they're like, oh, wow, I can't find this anywhere else. Which is why I'm such a big proponent for custom built plugins, and make friends with developers and be willing to pay them for plugins that are just for you. I mean, there's no way that you can guarantee that they're always just going to be just for you. But like, I have plugins on my server that I know that there's only one other server out there that has these plugins on it, and it's the developer of those plugins. And no, I'm not going to tell you who he is, because I want to keep those plugins to just myself. Oops, that scrolled way too far. Trey says, bro, I miss Primal Rust 100. I do and don't at the same time. It was really fun modding that server. Definitely met some interesting people. That whole thing that happened though, when I got DDoSed and the FBI contacted me, I kind of said, you know what? Not worth it. Greetings from sunny understatement Alberta. Just wanted to pop in and say thanks for the terrific info. Just found your vids this morning. I thought it was escaping the heat and setting up a small deddy. Well, Fletch, I don't know if you know this, but I am in Alberta as well, so I know exactly what you're talking about the sunny part. It is hot as balls. Yeah, to see my batch file through the rest server. I don't know if you remember. So no, I don't specifically remember because I do say that all the time. I look at definitely between 10 and 20 batch files every day for people that run into issues like you're having. Secret one, yeah. I ran 100 times gather rate. It was basically a Battlefield server that the Battlefield aspect never really took off. So it ended up just being a server with a lot of people in there that just liked building really crazy bases. It was fun. No, yeah, Trey, it was 100 times. I did have a 1,000 times, but that was only for when I was streaming on Twitch. Wow, iPhone says, Bull, we still need to see the Netflix intro back. I don't think I still even have it. I was so embarrassed by that. It was just, I was trying to follow a format of like popular YouTube creators, and they all have intros, and I didn't have my own, so I went and just created like a cookie cutter style intro, and I thought that one was cool. Turns out it wasn't. I mean, obviously there's some copyright things going on there, so it's not coming back. I can assure you that it's not coming back. So wipe even on private servers? Yes, absolutely. So what's going to happen is tomorrow at about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Facepunch is going to put out an update that you have to do on your server. It's also going to force a wipe on your server no matter what. And if you don't do that, if you insist on keeping the old version of Rust, anybody that updates their client will not be able to join your server. They won't even see your server. So that is the situation when it comes to forced wipes. What do you recommend me to advertise my server? Honestly, I don't recommend you advertise. I definitely don't recommend that you pay to advertise your server. There are sites out there that will take your money, gladly take your money, and they'll say that they're going to promote your server, and then they never do. The best thing that you can do is start building your community. And yes, I know I say that all the time, but it's true. Build your gaming community up. And your seed can be like, 5 to 8 people. If a server has 5 to 8 people on it at all times, it's going to grow eventually. Gamer, my Discord is discord.srtbull.com. It's also linked in every single one of my videos. T-Rep-Tep. Yo, it's been a long time since I seen you. That means you haven't been watching my videos, because I put out a new video every Friday. I think what you mean is it's been a long time since you've seen me live, and that's true. Been watching video tutorials and my server is growing rapidly. I appreciate you a lot. Expa, that is fantastic. I'm happy to hear about your success. Tell us about your story. Like, what is your population right now, and how long has your server been around? JW7968. Hello, Bull. Hello, JW7968. Caverdino. I don't know what's rude. Sorry, man. Stack size modifier is so much easier to use than stack size controller. I do agree with you that it is a lot easier. The functionality that stack size controller is going to have is going to be beneficial. It's just not beneficial right now. But once, I'm going to move that to a different monitor because that is way a lot easier and it doesn't hurt my neck nearly as much. Stack size controller is a great plugin. He's definitely working on some things that I feel I honestly feel broke the plugin. It took it to a point where it didn't need to go right now, but it's coming. It's coming around. But yeah, Stacks modifier right now it's what I use right now. FBI, nah, they didn't kick down my door, but they linked the DDoS attack. So my server got taken, and not even my server, my entire network got taken down, and my service providers, they emailed me and said, dude, like, what did you do? Because you just took down like an entire block of servers that they had running in the farm. And I was like, dude, I don't know what happened. And that triggered something, and the I forget what they're called. I think it's called cyber crimes or something like that. They called me. They said they got my phone number from my service provider, and what did I know, and did I, do I have chat logs, and so they really were trying to track down who did it, and I never heard from them again. But it's definitely scared the shit out of me. Nobody likes getting a phone call from the FBI. In summer, Argentina, some states of the north have 50 degrees Celsius. Oh my God, that's insane. I hopped in my truck the other day, and my truck interior had to have been 50 degrees. And it was like, oh my God, give me some air conditioning because I'm going to die up in here. Is there a way to save my Rust map? Yes and no. Yes, there is. I've actually done a video on exactly how to do that. So gamer, let me see if I can find it. I have not tried this technique since HDRP. Where is it? This video right here, I'll put this in chat. This video right here was a video that I did on saving your map over a forced wipe. And the video was done before HDRP took effect. So like I said, I haven't tried it since. Is there anything I can do to back up my work? Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends on what you're talking about. John Cooper. Yeah, there's definitely ways. A lot of times, like, I'm going to assume that you're talking about when you're working with a plugin. So a lot of times what I suggest people do, if it's a complex configuration file, is to create 2 copies of it. When you install the update, you can change your seed in the command line and then boot it. Yes. If you're talking about on a local host and you're not using Oxide, then yes, that process will work. Canless, hello. Stop playing Rust, and you helped me in a VC before when I was setting up my server. Thank you very much for the help. No problem. Happy to help. T-Rep Tap. I think you probably had a different name back then. Maybe, is that possible? Is there a 3x config in your server for stack size controller? Not that I know of, no. But I mean, that's pretty easy to make. Yeah, Canless, it was. It honestly, it scared me. I was legit scared. And they were talking about charging me with the downtime that I caused all of their other clients, because it wasn't just me that got knocked offline. It was like, I don't know what the number is, but a lot more clients than just me. It was terrifying. Yeah. Started my server 3 days ago. I've already managed to get 30 pop on my server. It's a million times. I took your advice and purchased a server at icehost.com. Perfect. Glad to hear that. And I don't regret anything at all. You won't. Those guys at Icehost, man, they have taken everything that I've ever hated about any other Rust hosting provider and fixed it. And their product is top notch. Top notch. Oh, 2019 T-Rep Tap. That's a really long time ago. I barely remember yesterday. You expect me to remember 2 years ago? Come on. Canlis, what part of the US are you located? So that's the funny part, is I'm not in the US. I am in Canada. And yes, having the American FBI call me because, okay, so the reality of the situation is the server was hosted in the US, but I pay for it from Canada. I assume that's where you're looking for that link up. Other than local hosting, what's the best way to get a test server? Local hosting just doesn't work for me. That is the best way. I mean, unless you want to, like, honestly, if you're looking at just setting up like a test server, whatever, something you can piss around on, just grab an old laptop or something and just run it on a potato. It doesn't even matter. And just use that. But yeah, you definitely don't want to pay. Don't pay for a test server. It's one thing if you're getting it for free, like if you can get a hosting provider to, like, for example, icehost.com gives you 24 hours for free. So if it was just something that you wanted to check out real quick, then of course, definitely set that up with icehost. But other than that, you just do it on your local network. Also, is there anything in the upcoming update that would suggest a seed I generate today will be the same on update tomorrow? Noon train tunnel entrances. Oh, are they doing? I should have looked actually before. I haven't been watching anything that's coming up for the July update, so I don't know. Yeah, if they're doing fundamental map changes like train entrances, that's going to be a problem because it will fundamentally change the map. Hey, Lone, what's going on, man? That is Lone from Lone Designs. He is a plugin developer, in case nobody knew that. Using Oxide and a rented server from using some TC admin website. First wipe ever tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day. Good luck. I'll be in Discord, so if you need anything, let me know. I got to do my service too, so if I don't respond right away, that's why. Can you do a video on Alpha Loot? Well, let me put it to you this way. If I had $1 million for every time somebody asked me that question, I could retire. I do actually own Alpha Loot, and I really don't have a reason that I haven't done a video on that yet. Excuse me. It is on my list of videos to do. It just seems to be taking a really low priority right now. I've been working with a bunch of custom plugins, new plugins, stuff like that. It is on my list. I will do it. I promise. I just can't tell you when I'm going to do it. John Cooper says, so I just use FileZilla to download and complete my complete server. Hopefully that will help me not lose any of my work. That's fine. Yeah, taking a full-on backup of your server is totally fine. Is there a alternative mod instead of server info? Yes, but it has way less information on it and way less customizable. Is there something, so this is for JW7968, is there something about server info that you don't like? Because it's actually the far superior plugin. I've bought a dedicated from icehost recently, and I'm really liking their panel on my service. Yeah, the pterodactyl panel, game changer. How much RAM would you recommend for a 50 pop server? The answer to that question is always as much as you can afford. I've seen people run 50 pop servers on 8 gigs of RAM. I've seen people run 50 pop on 64 gigs of RAM. So it literally, honestly, if you're running a 50 pop vanilla server, 8 gigs is lots. If you're going to mod it, 8 gigs isn't nearly enough. Cobra, what's going on here? Now I'm asking you that. I just decided to go live today. One of my moderators in my Discord suggested that I start getting into live streams, and I agreed with him, and I was honestly being a chicken shit about it. And so I was watching another live stream tonight and I said, you know what? I remember what it's like to do live streams. I'm going to do it again. So I just flipped the switch. I didn't even set anything up. I didn't even do a thumbnail. I didn't do anything. I just said, here you go. Let's do it. It won't run on an old Vista laptop. No, you're probably right. It wouldn't run on an old Vista laptop. Honestly, so Lone says, agreed, Canless. Honestly, the automated wipes, which I used to suggest to Jade when he was making all the ISOs, is the best. Yes. Oh, Lone, nobody knows his name is Jade. I think you're talking about Ross. It is the greatest thing, though. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Actually, it's even greater than that because sliced bread hasn't been around for all that long. All hosts should have that and don't, and that is absolutely correct. There are a few alternatives in CodeFling and Lone Designs. There are alternatives to server info. On Rust maps, when you generate your own map, choose the option to generate staging map. Oh, that's a good idea. There you go. Then you'll be able to generate a map that is coming out tomorrow. That is a fantastic idea. So Canless, yes, there are. Here, oh, I lost that message. Where did it go? So I'm going to actually show you guys how this actually works. I'm going to open up my test server here right now. So this is how the automation goes. I don't know if you guys have ever watched my videos on this before, but so for example, if we wanted to do a wipe, we would just click on load current there. If I had data files that I wanted to delete, I would of course go in here and do that and select those data files. And when it's time for wiping, I simply click on a wipe. So if we go back to the console and see it actually happening, so this is where it would run the face punch update right now. And of course there is no update, so it's not going to do it. You can also see that it's updating UMod automatically. I didn't do anything for that. And now the server is already starting back up. So there is literally no reason that anybody should ever not be using an ISO server, because all of the complicated aspects of operating a server are gone with IceHost. That's the automated update process that Lone was just talking about. And yeah, GSK might be trying to replicate that. I don't think they're there yet, but yeah. I can join my server, but others can't. I followed your tutorial. I don't know what to do. It worked at one point. Okay, if it worked at one point where your friends could join your server and now it can't, chances are pretty good that your IP address changed, which happens quite often on a localhost server because most residential service providers have a dynamic IP address, so it can change. So check your port forwarding and make sure that it's actually reflective of your current IP address. Yeah, Farlow, that's essentially what I just said, is make sure that your IP address, your current IP address, is the one that is currently port forwarded. Pantera's Panteraland. Panteralandia. Oh, there we go. Hi from Puerto Rico. Thanks for all your info and help. Scala Cube website gives you a free server for 2 days, but you can renew it for free, but it cannot be modded. Okay, interesting. I did not know that. Yeah, that Luca, exactly. That staging branch tip, that's genius. I see. That's why I surround myself with people that are smarter than me, because I don't think of things like that. Hemp Thief, hi. what is the pop of my servers? My servers don't populate. That's like, my servers are only there for me to go play when I feel like it. The IT guy. Hi, Srtbull. Tux user here. Hi. Yeah, it was his old username. Yeah, I know. I remember. That's a long time ago. He hasn't been Jade for quite some time. Automated wipe goes between that. Lovely breed. Yes. 8 gigs RAM for 50 pop modded is because of the potential entity count due to the gather multiplier or just how much. So if you're running a heavily modded server, so this is for Luca. If you're running a heavily modded server, 8 gigs of RAM just isn't enough. And then your players start getting rubber banding, twitching. Sometimes they'll get kicked for packet flooding. It just doesn't work very well. Now, that all being said, I have not tried it since HDRP. Maybe HDRP was enough of a performance boost that it would actually run on 8 gigs of RAM. I haven't tried that. Love stuff. Heading to bed. Okay, thanks, Lona. I appreciate you stopping by, man. 100K in no time. I can only wish. Mr. Ops. Hello, love from Asia. Hello, love back from Canada. Asia's a big place, though. What part of Asia are you in? Yeah, love Iced Host. Yeah, me too. I wish actually some of the guys from Iced Host were actually watching this, because I love seeing the positive reviews on what they're doing over there at Iced Host. GSK and Iced Host are the same company. Not really. I know why you're saying that, but no, not really. I did in fact switch machines, but I corrected it. Rust server. So RSM v2, it is super simple to use. Robert Hansen. Sorry about that. I played around with RSM quite a bit before I was introduced to Iced Host, and yes, it definitely does work very well, especially in a local host type of scenario. I definitely don't have any complaints about it. So V2, does that mean that it's paid for? You're paying for that service? Is there a way to make vending stock infinite except cloth and scrap in Bandit? Yes. So you can use, I think it's called compound options, and it will make things infinite. I think you would have to blacklist cloth and scrap, or one of the two. Blacklist. I would probably just blacklist cloth. I need something to drink. That's one thing I forgot about doing live stream, is you spend the entire time talking. So I'm running an Iced Host server with 25 plugins, and I'm expecting an influx of players because of the advertisement. Would you say 10 gigs of RAM is enough for 50 people? That's a good start. You're well on your way. You're gonna know right away if you're putting too much of a load on your 10 gigs of RAM. You're gonna know right away. You should probably be okay. I want to say that you're gonna be okay. It auto updates, and you can do your server wipe as well. Yes, absolutely. RSM does do an auto update and an auto wipe. That's true. Didn't think I would be turning into a pasty Canadian live stream when I woke up this morning. Good day from Australia. Yeah, I am pasty. That is for damn sure. There is no gather multiplier. I'm hoping that's in response to something that I missed earlier. Fine sugar. Let's see. What did you say before that? So there's no plugin called Gather Multiplier. No, there is a plugin called Gather Manager, though, which is a Gather Multiplier. Pretty sure Scala Cube free servers only allow 5 people. I could see some kind of a limit like that for sure. Does anyone know the difference between current maps and staging maps? Yes. The difference between current maps and staging is today we are able to play on current maps, and only people that are using their staging branch of their client will be able to use staging maps until tomorrow. And then all of the staging maps will then become current maps. Raging Cajun, love your content, bro. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I certainly intend to keep it up. Smoked gaming, at least 16 gigs. That's my preferred go-to. Anything that I can do, I would prefer to be at 16 gigs for sure. My local host testing server is at 32 gigs. So yeah. Rusty, hey dude, hope you're good. I'm with GTX, no issues so far. That's fantastic. If you found somebody that works good for you, I don't push iced host on people. I just, when they ask me, I suggest they look at it and see if it's a viable options. But yeah, GTX is good for most people. I also know that GTX, they have a lot of different locations around the world where iced host only has 3 or 4, I forget. V1 and V2 are one-time paid for service. So I use the free version. I'd be curious to actually look at Hydrate. Somebody got a Hydrate in there. I do appreciate that. I don't even have my water in here. V1, V2. Yeah, so I should actually consider looking at paying for one of those and see how they are. Cobra, what did you delete? Message retracted. It must have been something mean. Only one server is for life, but you renew every 2 days. Only one server is for life. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, in response to Luke. Okay. If I did the port stuff right, then what other reason would prevent my friends from joining? Honestly, that's it. Unless they're really far away from you. But even at that, you should be able to give them your public IP address and the port, and they should be able to connect no matter what, even if they are far away. Is there a way to spawn those remote drone stations that you can go to one of the stations and see all of the shops on your map? You know what? I have not played around enough with the new drone mechanics, so I can't really say yes or no. I mean, the actual drone station itself is obviously an entity that you can spawn and place. I just don't know if it would be functional. Definitely something worth looking at. In fact, I'm going to write that down. So I'm going to spawn in drone stations and see if they're actually functional. John, if you're talking about spawning, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, that was you. It wouldn't be a UMod thing, no. It would be a built-in, like it would be no different than spawning in like a prefab recycler or something like that. It would be in the entities list that you can spawn in. Do EU or US servers tend to grow better? The short answer is EU, and that is simply based on population. The EU is a big place. Just watched your decay video. Thank you so much for the vid. Very in-depth and helpful. Came to check out your channel and saw you were live. Wanted to say hi. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi, and thank you for watching that video. I'm sorry the quality of that video wasn't so good. That was definitely done a long time ago. And yeah, but I'm glad it helped you. I forgot the command, but if you Google it, you'll find it right away. I think you're talking about spawning in the drone stations, and yes, that is true. I don't know it off the top of my head. I think it's 3, which is why I chose not to go with them. I went GTX closer to home. Perfect. Might be more active, but US. Yeah, the US is active for sure. There's no question. I found though with the US that most US players are very dedicated to their home servers. No sense because Cobra. All right, it wasn't mean. All right, fair enough. Am I looking forward to the new DLC? I don't like DLCs, to be honest with you. I buy them and I hate them. I hate myself for buying them. Better Loot is unmaintained. Should I go with another plugin to avoid losing out on it? That's a really hard question to answer. Here's the thing. When a plugin gets switched to unmaintained, it doesn't mean that it's abandoned. It means that the original author is no longer taking care of it, but that doesn't mean that somebody else isn't. Khan, for example, loves to take abandoned plugins and taking them over and adding them to his library. A lot of times he rewrites them completely to his style of doing things. Take GUI Shop, for example. And somebody will take care of it because it is the main go-to free loot controller. So somebody is going to take care of it soon. In fact, I might even shoot a message to Con right now and say, hey, you need to pick this up. Do Spawn Marketplace. Really? That's interesting. Okay, so WoW iPhone has done Spawn Marketplace, and apparently it's functional and does work. So there you go. I don't know. Okay, cool. There you go. That's another person. So SO2K says that they had it on their server and it works. Yeah, Farlow, load it up. Test it out. That's what this is all about, right? Works just like the Outpost ones. Okay, so it is fully functional. That's awesome. It's Ducky. Do you have any servers? Yes, I do. I run Ominous. So there's Ominous Vanilla and Ominous 2X. Let's make sure that you open the port on your local machine, then on your router, go to the IP. Yep, exactly. Yeah. TCP and UDP. That's right. How do you open it specifically on the machine? So so Cobra, what he's talking about there is you have to allow Rust access through your machine's IP address, as well as through your modem or your router or whatever happens to be between your machine and the outside internet. So you would have to, obviously you would do it on the machine, and then you would have to log into your modem and allow access through your modem to the machine. And if you had a router in between there as well, you'd have to do the same thing there. It gets a little bit complicated, but it's doable. Sent you a message on Discord with a vid on how to fix the off the map animals. How to fix the off? Oh, like, are you talking about the animals that get stuck inside the map? That's annoying, man. I hate it when that happens. But like, did you send it to me recently? Oh, Nivex. Boxes won't be required. No lockers are pressed. You can add lockers. Gotcha. Sorry, that was Nivex in Discord. IT guy, send it to me again. I feel like I addressed this, but send it to me again. I'm curious now. I want to see if I remember watching that video. Just wanted to stop in and say thank you for your help and videos. They're very useful for me and many others. Have a good week, my mans. Prosy Studios, thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping by, even if it was just to say hi. I definitely appreciate it. And I'm happy that the videos help you. That's what this is all about. I'm building a community simply around helping other server owners. Let's hope Mysticos doesn't get a hold of better loot. All he does is make everything very complicated. Mysticos is a fantastic plugin developer. He is amazing at what he does. I'm happy. I think the IT guy, yeah, he did. He just messaged me. I'll check that out when I'm not live anymore. Mysticos is a very talented plugin developer. Yes, things are complicated, but they work and they're smart. They're so smart. He actually works fairly closely with MJSU, I believe, and MJSU is the same way. They're very intricate plugins, but they always work. Going to Windows Firewall. Snake Haven. Hey, everyone. Farlow. Okay, so confirmed one more time. Yes, spawn.marketplace works fine and is functional. So that's fantastic. So the IT guy says that he sent it to me today. Yeah, you did. Look at that. Today at 8:58, but I did not get notified until you sent me the one at 9:07. That's interesting. Gotta love Discord. RSMV2 automatically adds it for you. Yes, it does. Compile a machine to run my server from e-waste recycling place. Oh, gotcha. Compile the machine to run my server from e-waste recycling place. That's fantastic use of recycling. Don't want to pay for a service? That's okay. If you don't want to pay for a service, don't pay for a service. When the stuck animals spam happens, spawn rocket basic. Yeah. But it can, when it, so Solarix, it can happen to a lot of animals and then you gotta find them all. It's so annoying. i5 2400 and 16 gigs of DDR3. That should do it. Have make sure you have good internet coming in behind that and you'll be laughing. You can build a server around any sort of build protection. You can build around it if there isn't any sort of, oh, so it doesn't come with its own no build zone. That's interesting. John Cooper, peace out, man. Have a good one. It's late, 10:07. Got to get out something to eat. Have a good one. Backed up everything I could with your video. Copy paste. Thanks, man. Have a great one. All right. Thanks, John. I appreciate you stopping by. And we'll talk to you again real soon. Static says, I love your videos. They really help. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. What Archon program do you use? I don't use Archon programs. I shouldn't say that. I do use Rust admin when I have to. But because all of my servers are hosted on IceHost, it comes with basically its own Archon system. But I have in the past used Rust admin, and I still encourage people that aren't with IceHost to use Rust admin. Solarix, yeah, I know it gives you the, yeah, for sure. It's just annoying when there could be 50, it's usually pigs, 50 pigs that you have to drop a rocket on. But yes, that would definitely work. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for me tonight. Let's see, how long was I able to pull off? Oh, just over an hour. Yep. Time to pull the pin. I think the wife has dinner on the table, so I'm going to go take care of that right quick. I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by for the live stream. I didn't quite know how this was going to go. It turned out quite well, and I'm super appreciative of everyone that did stop by. And I do think that this is something that I'm going to continue doing in the future. Like I said earlier, I don't know what that schedule is going to look like, but it will be a consistent schedule, something that I have rocket all the pigs, yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to shut down the live stream for now. Look forward to being to me being live on a scheduled basis, because I really liked how this turned out. So thank you so much for joining, and I'll talk to you guys all soon. Have a good one.